Welcome to this cinematic journey, a deep and emotional exploration designed not only to tell a story, but to let you feel it, to learn through it, and to experience the English language through the life of one of football's most magnetic figures. This is the story of creativity born in simplicity, of talent shaped by pressure, and of a boy from Brazil who grew into a global icon. This is the story of Neymar da Silva Santos Júnior. The camera opens with slow aerial shots over Brazil at sunrise, warm light touching the coastline, the sound of waves mixing with distant music. A calm yet powerful voice introduces the theme: real lives, real struggles, real legends. Football is more than a game here. It is language, identity, hope. And in this world, Neymar emerged as something different. Not just a player, but a feeling. Not just a scorer of goals, but a creator of moments. Born in 1992 in Mogi das Cruzes, São Paulo state, Neymar grew up in a Brazil where football was everywhere. In narrow streets, on beaches, in empty lots, with bare feet and improvised balls, children learned to dream. Neymar was one of them, but even early on, something separated him from the rest. His touch was softer, his movement more playful, his imagination more fearless. His father, Neymar Santos Sr., recognized this immediately. More than a parent, he became a mentor, a protector, and a guide. The family did not have much money, but they had belief. They had discipline. And they had an understanding that talent alone is fragile without direction. Scenes shift between small homes and dusty pitches, young Neymar dribbling past older boys, smiling as he plays, not knowing yet how heavy his name would become. As the years pass, the boy grows, and so does the attention. Santos FC, a club forever linked with Pelé, becomes the stage where Neymar's story truly begins. The stadium lights come on, the crowds grow louder, and Brazil watches a teenager play with the confidence of a veteran. His dribbles are bold, his goals are creative, and his celebrations are full of joy. Commentators begin to talk about him not just as a talent, but as a symbol. The heir to Brazilian artistry. The next chapter of a footballing culture built on beauty and freedom. Cameras show yellow jerseys, packed stands, slow-motion goals, defenders left behind, and a country falling in love with its new star. Fame arrives quickly, but Neymar does not slow down. He plays as if football is still a game, still a dance, still a place where rules exist only to be challenged. Europe is watching. The transition is dramatic. From Brazil to Spain, from local hero to global attraction. Barcelona appears in sweeping city shots, the Camp Nou rising like a cathedral of football. Neymar arrives not as the main character, but as part of something legendary. Alongside Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, he forms MSN, one of the most feared attacking trios in football history. Knights of Champions League magic follow. Goals, assists, trophies, and unforgettable comebacks. The camera lingers on moments of pure joy, Neymar smiling, Neymar celebrating, Neymar expressing himself without fear. Yet beneath the success, there is growth. He learns discipline, responsibility, and the cost of expectations. He becomes not just a star, but a professional at the highest level. His name becomes known far beyond football fans. But with success comes a question that grows louder each season. Can he be the main man? The answer seems to arrive with a shockwave. Headlines explode across screens. Numbers flash. Paris Saint-Germain activates the world record transfer. Neymar leaves Barcelona, stepping out of Messi's shadow, choosing pressure over comfort. The tone changes. Paris is glamorous, ambitious, demanding. The club is built to win, and Neymar is its centerpiece. The camera shows fashion, lights, luxury, but also isolation. Every move is watched. Every mistake is magnified. Injuries interrupt rhythm. Criticism becomes constant. Slow shots of rehabilitation rooms, quiet moments, Neymar sitting alone, tape on his ankles, eyes focused but tired. Memes, debates, accusations, and questions about commitment flood the media. The narration remains neutral, emphasizing reality over judgment. Pressure does not destroy talent, but it reshapes it. Through all of this, Brazil calls. The national team represents something deeper than club football. Wearing the yellow shirt means carrying history, expectation, and emotion. World Cups bring hope and heartbreak. Victories bring celebration, defeats bring tears. Neymar is both loved and criticized, praised and blamed. He scores, he creates, he leads, and he suffers. The camera shows close-ups of his face during anthems, the weight visible in his eyes. He is no longer just a boy playing on the street. He is a symbol. Beyond the pitch, Neymar becomes a cultural force. Social media follows his every move. Fashion brands, sponsorships, video games, music collaborations. He represents a new generation of athletes, where sport and culture merge. Some admire it, others question it, but influence is undeniable. Children around the world copy his skills, his celebrations, his style. Street football scenes appear from different continents, all inspired by the same creativity. As the documentary slows, it asks the final question. How will Neymar be remembered? By trophies, statistics, and records? Or by the way he made football feel alive, unpredictable, joyful? The final scenes are quiet. Empty stadiums at night. Grass illuminated by soft light. Boots resting on the floor. The echoes of past cheers fading into silence. The screen displays the final words. Talent makes you famous. Creativity makes you unforgettable. The narration closes by reminding us that Neymar Jr. remains one of football's most electrifying and debated figures, a symbol of joy and pressure, risk and brilliance, a reminder that greatness is not only measured by victories, but by the emotions left behind when the lights go out and the game is over. As the story deepens, the camera slows even further, allowing space to understand the complexity behind the talent. Neymar's journey is not a straight line toward glory, but a constant balance between freedom and responsibility. From the earliest days, football was his escape, his joy, his language. But as his name grew larger, the game began to demand something in return. Expectations followed him everywhere, invisible yet heavy, shaping every touch, every decision, every reaction. In Brazil, he was expected to be a savior. In Europe, he was expected to dominate. In Paris, he was expected to deliver history. The narration reflects on how rare it is for a player to carry such different meanings for so many audiences at the same time. Neymar did not only play football, he performed identity, culture, and emotion on the world's biggest stage. The film revisits his playing style in detail, slow-motion sequences breaking down his movements, the quick change of direction, the fearless dribble, the instinctive creativity that cannot be taught. Analysts speak of intelligence and vision, but the visuals remind us that much of Neymar's brilliance comes from instinct, from growing up where improvisation mattered more than structure. This is street football translated into elite stadiums. As seasons pass, the pressure evolves. Injuries interrupt momentum at the most critical moments, especially in European competitions where margins are thin and patience is limited. Each return is followed by hope, each setback by doubt. Neymar's role grows heavier with each tournament, not just as a player, but as a symbol of Brazilian football's identity in a changing world. The camera captures moments of leadership, quiet conversations, gestures of support toward younger teammates. He is no longer just the prodigy, he is the reference point. Beyond football, the documentary explores Neymar's influence on the next generation. Training grounds filled with children imitating his moves, social media clips spreading creativity faster than tactics ever could. Coaches discuss how Neymar represents a reminder that football can still be art, even in an era dominated by systems and statistics. The narrative acknowledges contradictions. Fame brings opportunity, but also distraction. Wealth brings security, but also distance. Neymar navigates these contradictions in public, with every choice amplified. The documentary does not seek to defend or condemn, only to understand. As time moves forward, the story becomes less about proving something and more about leaving something behind. Legacy is no longer a future concern, but a present reality. Neymar's numbers, trophies, and records are important, but the film suggests they are incomplete without emotion. Football remembers moments more than metrics. A dribble that made a crowd rise. A pass no one expected. A goal celebrated with pure joy. These are the memories that survive. The final act slows to a reflective pace. The camera revisits Brazil, the beaches, the streets, the places where the story began. Children play football as the sun sets, unaware of the global conversations surrounding the sport. The narration reminds us that every legend starts the same way, with a ball and a dream. Neymar's story is not finished, but its impact is already clear. He challenged norms, embraced creativity, and accepted the cost of being different. The closing images return to empty stadiums, but this time they feel peaceful rather than lonely. The silence is not absence, but echo. An echo of joy, controversy, brilliance, and humanity. The final words resonate slowly, deliberately, leaving space for reflection. Neymar Jr. is not just a footballer defined by success or struggle. He is a reminder that sport is a mirror of life itself, unpredictable, emotional, beautiful, and imperfect. And as the screen fades to black, one truth remains clear. Long after the final whistle, creativity endures. The documentary does not hide the frustration, but it contextualizes it, reminding viewers that modern football leaves little room for vulnerability. The camera shows the contrast between packed stadiums and private recovery rooms, between millions of followers and moments of solitude. Neymar's relationship with criticism becomes a central theme. Accusations of exaggeration, debates about professionalism, endless discussions about legacy. Yet through it all, the game remains his refuge. When he steps onto the pitch, the noise fades, and only the ball matters. The narration emphasizes that creativity is often misunderstood, especially in environments obsessed with efficiency and results. Neymar's football resists simplicity. It invites risk. It accepts failure as part of expression. This is why it inspires and why it divides. The story returns to the Brazilian national team, showing how international tournaments compress emotion into weeks that define careers. Victories are celebrated as national healing, defeats analyzed as personal failures.